Danielle here. So I thought that I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I thought that I would finally go ahead and do it. I spent about 3 hours last night like reorganizing my craft supply area. I mean, yeah, you know, but this is like everything I keep downstairs. I still have stuff upstairs too, but it's like finishing materials and things that I just don't use a whole lot. But this is like fabric flosses, things that I need if I want to start something, whatever. I like it to be downstairs where I am most of the time. And so I thought I would just like take you on a tour of my space. Here are my dogs. I was snapping at him because he's incessantly licking the bed because they just had a treat. Anyway, so, I want to keep it in this view because, I know that on the YouTubes it doesn't translate well. So this is kind of what we're working with here. And I thought I would just, take you on a tour of it. So, up here, that unicorn, I Will Stab You, was, the second project that I stitched. That is a stuffy of a Galarian Ponyta from Pokemon Go. That little pillow came in a bark box for my dogs, but I was like, it's a toy of cross stitch, it's a cross stitch pillow. I gotta keep it. I mean, obviously it's not real cross stitch, but that's what it's meant to be. I've got a bunch of these. I can never pronounce the name. I know that it starts with R-E-G something. I have a bunch from the Tangled Octopus. So that bumblebee, big fat bumblebee, is from there. That little cute little thing from is the Space Needle in Seattle. I got it there. Again, a little yarn. That is a shiny Drifloon in Pokemon Go. I wanted that in Pokemon Go for the longest time and couldn't find one, and so finally I was like, I will have a shiny Drifloon. I will buy one. These are 2 embroidery pieces that I've purchased. This unicorn one, I can't find the seller anymore. They don't seem to have an Etsy page anymore or an Instagram page. I looked for them and they're gone. Bear Creek stitches, maybe. I have a few that I buy from. Oh, it's dusty up there. Ew. I have a few that I buy from, but I like the Take Your Meds. That is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Midnight Way. That was the first stitch along I joined, and it was my 3rd project ever. I stitched the unicorn because I had to wait for my Picture This Plus fabric to come to do Midnight Way. And I was pretty proud of myself. That thing is 8,000 stitches. And at the time I was pretty monogamous because I was brand new. I wanted to get it finished for Halloween, but I didn't. But I think I finished it by November. It was before Thanksgiving because the Christmas wreath sal dropped and I wanted to finish Midnight Way before I started the Christmas wreath sal. And I know I started the Christmas wreath the day it dropped or the day after it dropped. So something like that. Those plastic drawers have my sulkies, which I've still never used. I bought the 2 cases of sulky. Haven't used them still. I need to pick a Quirky Quaker and just pull from that. It's just so I can try them. I have committed to myself I'm not buying any more until I try them. So down here, here's more of the crocheted cuties. I have a pineapple, which I got at the same time as the bumblebee. This cute little watermelon slice. This turtle does not, I would like him to be here, but then I have to move him every time I open a door. But yeah, so cute, sweet little turtle. I got this pen cushion from somebody at Penwis. that's my needle minder board. I hate this like storage for needle minders, but I don't want to dedicate like wall space to anything. But yeah, like I don't have to get to this too much, thankfully, because I pretty much all my projects that are whips right now have a needle minder on it. And then I keep a small stash of them next to me. So these are all my journals for cross stitch finishing. This is my ocean themed one that I only have 2 Quirky Quakers in right now. This is my main one that I put anything that can fit in there that's not ocean themed. This is my slightly bigger one. It's actually like a black paper sketch pad, but it fits slightly bigger things. And then whenever you see a box like this, this has fabric in it. This particular box has got 14 count and 20 count Aida. I don't have any 18 count Aida in my stash because I hate it. I still have not tried 20 count, but there is some 20 count in there that I'm gonna use like with Quirky Quakers to see if I like one strand coverage. Then, oh, my little thing fell. This is a little, I had wanted this to be a needle minder, which is why it has the 2 magnets on it, but the magnets really suck that the seller put on are terrible. So I need to like get in there with like a razor or something to try to pry it off. But it's honestly just a little too big to be a needle minder. But I bought this, this is a riff off the Carpe Diem, which is seize the day. Carpe Noctem, seize the night. And hell yeah, I'm a night owl to no end. And it's in the Ace flag, Ace Pride flag colors. It normally sits up here like this, but it had fallen over. I just rearranged stuff. It had been sitting really well for months, and then now it's like, nope, not doing it. Okay, so these boxes here, and I'm sorry I'm not like opening everything up, but I can't. That's too much. This box is overflow DMC, and how I do overflow DMC is in the plastic, so like quart size bags that I label mostly by hundreds, but I have like 0 through 299 in one bag, and I have like 3,000 to 3,600 in a bag because there's just not that many colors in those ranges, and I don't personally have that many colors in those ranges. This box has got a few, just like 3 or 4 small finishes that need to go in the journal. My trans rights are worth more than Boy Wizards is in there. I've got a couple Quirky Quakers in there. This box has got all the 16 count Aida is in this box. This box is full. This box isn't quite full because I don't have very much 14 or 20 count. I could put more in there, but all the fabric boxes are full. This little cutie, again, all of these crocheted items except that drift loon are from the Tangled Octopus. I saw these on her stories. It wasn't in this color, it was in a different color. And I was like, I need those for my nail people. I have a manicurist and a pedicurist. And then I wanted one for myself. And then these I bought these at the same time as the turtle. But again, the turtle just doesn't like to sit there. So that's the top 2 shelves, and we're at this for way longer already than I expected to be. I'm sorry. Okay, so in here, this is whips, plus a couple other miscellaneous. So in this project bag, it's not a whip. I have a couple things that are too big for the journal that I maybe want to get framed or turned into something. These are like my DMC card. I have one with diamonds from diamond painting and one with the whatchamacallit, the threads for cross stitch. Atticus, please stop. Terriers, neurotic energy equals excessive licking. But yeah, so these are all the whips. I'm probably gonna take it out of this thing because honestly, they don't all fit anyways. And then it's really hard to pull them out because of like the height. I can't pull them up and out. So probably just gonna get like repurpose that. But these are all whips except to there. And then I've got a couple, I don't know where to put this. It's a needlepoint canvas. And then I have like a couple books that have patterns in them. Yeah, these are like pattern books. So mainly what I did in rearranging was I used to have all my Aida, my 16 count Aida in here, and it was like stacked. And I was like, okay, I need to rearrange. And then I thought it looked messy to have the whips up here. So I kind of wanted the whips behind the closed doors and then just the pretty boxes to show. So then in the middle, these are two of the boxes. This is even weave stash. So this box is actually all Bestitch Me because I was in the fabric club for a really long time and I was getting 2 cuts a month, 2 pieces a month. So yeah, I have a lot of Bestitch Me fabric. And then that is just like, well here, this will be easier to pull so like this is other fabrics mainly. Like I have some Mystic or Live and Die LA, Mystic fabric. These were like ones that I purchased in a D stash, so it's a lot of miscellaneous. There's like some normal, like just Zweigart. Yeah, like these are Bestitch Me too, but I couldn't fit them over there. But yeah, so like this is a picture of this plus right here. So this is sort of like, oh, I think these are all Fiberlicious because I can see the tag. So yeah, like it's mostly like a lot of miscellaneous even weave, but basically both boxes are even weave. Pretty much exclusively 32 count. This is my paper pattern binder, which is pretty much full. I'm gonna go through there. I'm gonna pull out some, I'm gonna be doing the Acorns and Threads little yard sale. Stop. Yard sale thing. And so I'm gonna pull probably some paper patterns out. And then down here, this is the area that I like get into the least. That box is not fabric. That box is project bags. And then there's like project bags that don't fit in the box. You can see they're a little bigger. And then these are all like book sleeve. I'm gonna take a bunch of those to the yard sale because I don't use them. Down there, that is all kitted projects. Everything there is kitted. It at least is kitted with floss. And then like I have a couple like scratch arts, baggies, because that's typically kind of how I use my, or it's how I put floss away, is in baggies. And then these are little jars that I used to use with diamond painting, but I kept some because I thought that they might be good for beading. To just like pop out a jar, dump the beads in the jar. So yeah, that's this whole cabinet. Yeah, it's big. I've had this cabinet now for a couple years. And I really love it. Although I just wish everything was behind doors. Because I don't like, in fact, I'm thinking of taking like pretty much all the decorative things off that aren't stitching. So like all the crocheted things and the stuffy, and putting them somewhere else. Cause I don't like the cluttered look. And I don't like even like just having the boxes stacked on one another. I don't like it. And part of why I had to rearrange this was because I rearranged over here. I had some of those things over here, but I finally, took the plunge. I bought a Bisley cabinet. You'll see my plan here in a second. So up there, I've got my Codify Row Now. That was the Notorious Needle Pro Choice stitch along, and I just took parts of it and made sort of my own, I'd made it a triptych, but all the colors and the text is from that stitch along. This is the cabinet that my master set of DMC currently resides in, although I'm transitioning it to the Bisley. So what I did, because some people are a freaking boss, and I've seen people buy 9 of these cabinets and mount them to a wall in a 3x3 configuration, and then add like trim around it so that it looks like a built-in cabinet situation, or a wall built in. I don't have that kind of space for DMC. So I wanted all of my DMC to fit in one cabinet. I think if you want every DMC number to have a drawer to itself, you need 8. But people buy the 9 because 9 is a more like aesthetically pleasing to have the 3x3. So I did 8 numbers per 8 DMC numbers per drawer. Like you can see how that jumps from 996 to 3024. So I just went down the list of DMC, and like every 8, that's what I wrote down. Sometimes it's actually 8, sometimes it's more than 8. Depends on if there's a number. And it's not that the system hasn't worked for me, but I was just kind of like wanting a Bisley, and somebody pointed out that you can buy the inserts that divide by 4 and you can still fit full skeins. So there's 25 skeins in this insert, which means, and I mean, I could totally fit more. Like I could at least put 30 in here, because like I could do another layer. But to take up all 5 drawers, I think I need about 25 per insert or per section. And so I just started to move them. I haven't done it all yet. I just did these 2. But then the plan would be to fill the Bisley and then take this cabinet off the wall. I just don't like that the Bisley has to sit sideways. I wish it could face forward, but it's way too deep to face forward. Can't do it. Just me interrupting myself here because I totally forgot to show you these drawers. Like, I don't know why, I just like totally passed by them. But these are the drawers that hold my rings of fancy floss. So I have multiple rings per drawer, as you can see. This is my Dinky Dyes ring. Back there in the back corner is Threadworks. This ring up front here is Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. I was in their thread club for a while. I have another ring down there. So, and then like, yeah, so these just have all the rings. I really want like a better system for these, but the only other thing that I had tried was before, when like the side of this cabinet was still exposed, I tried putting command hooks, and like not dinky ones, like really nice substantial ones. I tried putting command hooks on it, and even without a ring on it, they would just fall. So I want some other way to store my fancy floss, but this is the best I've come up with for now. So I will shoot you back to the original video now. So then this dresser, I just bought this dresser recently. I had always kind of wanted a dresser here, but for a long time I just had a craft cart, and the craft cart totally not sufficient whatsoever to hold what I really wanted to hold in here. So this drawer has got grime guards, and then this is all like felt an Aida that I would basically cut. These I put under my Q-snap clamps. So they're either pre-cut already, like these are, or like this is a roll, or it's folded, but I haven't cut it yet. And I've got a bunch of stuff that I haven't cut yet. So it's all very like stiff, gross, crunchy Aida that like stands up on its own. Or I think at the bottom, yeah, I've got just some sheets of white felt. Yeah. Next, this is Q-snaps and Q-snap pieces. I've got extenders. I have 8x8 clamps and 11, or I should say 8-inch clamps and 11-inch clamps, because a lot of times I make my 8x8s into 8x11s, and I also make my 6x6s into 6x8s. So that's why I have extension pieces. And then in this drawer, so this is all like fabric that I could still use, either for smalls. This was from a Haid that I abandoned. I'm gonna be probably repurposing the rest of that. But like you can see, so like I don't really like to put cut fabric back into my stash. I don't know why. So you can see like I already cut a big chunk of this out for the Caroline Manning piece. But like obviously the rest of this is still totally usable for a ton of stuff. So I put it all in a drawer together. And I go looking, you know, through this drawer for like smalls, quirky Quakers, etc. This drawer has got basically like stitching tools. These are my like scissor fobs. I've got like the binder rings. Yeah, those are binder rings. These are all like thread jewelry or zipper pulls. I have a baggie for stickers. I have a baggie for, where is the baggie for? Oh, it's in a different, it should be up here. I have little like hole punch things to make floss drops. That's a measuring tape. So yeah, just like random tools and stuff. This drawer also is sort of like random tools. So these are my little thread bobbin things that I use to hold surplus fabric. This is like some rulers and measuring tapes. Oh, all these are like floss drop things. Those clear plastic ones, those are really useful. So what I do, you can see the 3 holes, right? The top hole is to be like on a ring. The 2 at the bottom, the wider one is for your main skein. The skinnier one is for bits. But then do you see how it has like a little flap? That holds a DMC label. So because I store my DMC on the skein, when it gets too small, in fact, I think I know of an example. Maybe. No, it's not that one. Although this one probably should be on it. Okay, I don't know which one it is then. When it gets too small to hold the label anymore, I transfer it to one of those. And when I transfer it to one of those, then I know to put it on my list to buy. So that's what I have those for. And then I have just like a couple little trays that button up into being like, they can hold your notions while you stitch. Yeah. So, you know, more tools, notions, accessories. This is, oh, okay. So the main purpose of this drawer, this is like floss that I don't really have a way to store right now. Like I either need to floss drop it or I need to, you know, come up with some other situation for it. There's a few needle minders hiding in there. And then I had a junk drawer and a pattern, or junk bag and a pattern. Stop. Sorry, y'all. Just kind of hanging out in there. Those were empty. And then all the way at the bottom, so those Q-snap pieces are for an 11 by 17 for beading, hopefully someday. A round hoop, and I bought those nerd hoops, but I haven't tried them yet. And that is like tripods for if I need a tripod to film something. So yeah, that is all of my craft storage downstairs. This video took way too long. Here, I'll go to this shot for the end so you can kind of admire it in one shot. But yeah, this video took way too long, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next clip. Bye.